YouTube, what is up? It's September 17th. We are currently 5 weeks out from the Summer Shredding Championship show on October 22nd. And that means we're 8 weeks out from the King Kong Classic on November 11th. So today I'm wearing shorts. That means it's leg day and it's early morning. So we'll see how this workout goes. I'm looking forward to it. It's our first leg day session for this series. So right now we're starting off with the hack squat. I'm going to give you guys 3 tips for the hack squats, and then from there we're going to move on to a leg press, and then I'll show you guys the rest of the workout. So let's get into it. For anything you're going to do in bodybuilding is slow and controlled. We don't want to be going all the way down fast and then trying to catch it to push up. So slow and controlled movements. When you're down at the bottom of the hole here, power up. And that leads me into the second tip, where you don't want to come down too fast right here and then try to catch yourself at the bottom of the movement and push up, because there's going to be a lot of strain and a lot of tension down there that you don't need. Just slow and controlled to the bottom, and then at the bottom, that's when you want to power up. You don't want to come down too fast, and then you're trying to catch the weight that you have, and it's not going to be healthy on your knees, and you're not going to get as much hypertrophy as if you were to control the movement and then power up. The snap, crackle, and pop on my knees, you can probably hear it in the video. Alright guys, so these are some nice kicks, but they're actually terrible for hack squats because you don't want a shoe that's propelling you forward. These are running shoes. So I'm going to take these off and go barefoot for the hack squats for sure. If you do have some flat-footed shoes, or like the Converse, or what are those other ones, the Nike Blazers? Yeah, they're flat-footed. And or the Nike Romaleos. The Romaleos give you a bit of a heel, so you can kind of sit back on your heels. Those are good too, but it just depends on what's comfortable for you. But yeah, we're not using running shoes for hack squats or any compound movements for legs. Seeing stars. So guys, tip number 3, if you have any discomfort in your knees at all, or just want to feel a little more stable, or even just to get them warmed up, the blood flow after you put them on, get yourself a set of knee sleeves. I have the Mark Bell knee sleeves, but any knee sleeves will do, the SBDs or whatever name brand you want to go with, hard body. Get yourself a set of knee sleeves. Try it out. You can use these when you squat, hack squat. That's basically the 2 movements I use them for. So keep your knees really stable and give you that extra little bit on your compound movements. I lied, I have the Inzer ones. I have the Mark Bell elbow sleeves. Sometimes these are really hard to get on. So just a tip to get these on. So I like to roll them up here, get them down around halfway, and then bring them up over your calf, but use your hands down here. And then once they're at your kneecap, and then roll them up the rest of the way. So It's definitely the easiest way I've found to get these on because they are very tight. That was 2 more than I had planned. So for this compound movement, we're going between 6 to 10 reps. Dahlia called me out on the last set and said that I had 2 more left in the tank after doing 8. So we're gonna go for a set of 10. If I get it, I gotta listen to her more often. Left 4 in the tank. Get yourself a videographer that pushes you too. So I definitely had lots more to go. 4 reps is pretty significant. But we're gonna put 1 more plate on. But this machine doesn't really like 7 plates because they may fall off. But try to rig something up here to keep them on. How many are we doing, Dal?
8 to 9.
8 to 9 with 7. Thank God for that drop set, eh? Early morning leg days. Gotta love it. See, my coach knows what he's doing. He gave me the extra carbs for a reason. Making a push. Which brings me to this week's macros. Check-in was on Thursday. So we did drop the carbs a little bit. So we're down to 340 now from 400. Not a big change and still pretty high relative to what I've been eating for the last 25 weeks. Other than the last 2 weeks where they were high. They'll just keep going down from here. But still feeling pretty good with 340 carbs. Today is we're doing 2 check-ins a week now. Checked in again today, so I expect to get an email soon and see if he dropped it again. All right, so Cliff just sent me my update for today. We're down now from 340 carb right to 230 carbs. So 245 grams of protein, 230 carb, 52 fat, and then one day per week we'll do a refeed. And the refeed is 230 protein, 420 carb, and 52 fat. So that's pretty doable at 230 carb right now, especially for where we're at 5 weeks out. I'm happy with that. And I mean, I still get the 420 carb refeed day in there as well. So yeah, we knew it was coming. This is the push we got to make to come in better for Houston. So this is where it starts to get hard, and this is where conditioning comes into play, and this is how you win shows and place well. So it's all part of the game. So guys, I don't really pick a specific day to put my refeed on. Like, you'll hear a lot of people say, oh, the refeed needs to be on a training day, or it needs to be on a day where you have a weaker body part or something to bring up. But guys, like, it takes a while for carbs to digest. Like, you're not going to notice a big difference. It takes a while for your carbs to actually digest and actually see them working. So for me, I mean, for when I carbed up for my show, I usually carb up at least 2 days. Last time was 4 days before the show, because that's how long it took for my body to digest the carbs and see a difference from them. So to pick one day to do a refeed and expect to see some drastic results from that one day doesn't really make sense. So just pick a refeed that works for you, and if it works better on Saturdays so you can go out and have a nice meal, then do that. So up next we have the Pendulum leg press. So if you don't have this machine at your gym, just regular leg press, same deal. So basically when you get into the position, you want to do a full range of motion, and it's kind of going to feel awkward back here, but literally get as much range of motion as possible. Get your knees out, get all the way back, and then press. So full range of motion out, knees out, your knees all the way back next to your chest, and push out. It's going to feel awkward, but you're really going to feel it in your quads. And same thing as on this pendulum as it is on a leg press. You can do the exact same scenario. Just get your knees out and all the way back. And same thing for these guys. When you come all the way to your full range of motion, don't bounce back here. Just have a slight pause and then power through. Slight pause, power through. Full range of motion back, spread the knees out, slight pause, power through. I'm just gonna go to failure, and you let me know what failure actually is. So guys, that's why it's good to have either a training partner, someone to push you, or if you set up a tripod or your camera to have a look at your compound movements. Sometimes you'll see for yourself that you had an extra 2 to 3 reps in the tank. So if you say for a hack squat, you came down, you done 10 reps, and that you thought that was failure, but then you look back at the video and seen that you barely had any resistance, definitely could have pushed a couple more, then that's the reps that matter. That's the ones that's going to bring you to failure. So yeah, it's always good to either have a training partner or have a second look at your compound movements, and then go back and look and check and progress from there. All right guys, third exercise of today, we have Bulgarian split squats. So we have a full machine set up for it here, but if you guys don't have one of these in your gym, you can just set up your leg on a bench. Same deal, put your leg on a bench, grab 2 dumbbells, down like that, and up. So you'll see when I do it here, you can reenact the same movement just with a bench and dumbbells. And you can also do it in the Smith machine if you wanted to as well. So get into position, make sure your knee is not too far over your foot, but also make sure it's not too far back. And then once you're set up in a good position, keep your chest up, get a full range of motion down, lean back on your heel here, and power up. But don't lean to the side like I just did. I've only started doing the Bulgarian split squats in the last few workouts, but very, very good exercise for your rectus femoris. There's the top of the quad right here. So I'm really gonna put a major focus on these for the next 5 weeks. I did find on my last show that that part of the quad didn't come in as I wanted it, mainly because I wasn't as conditioned as I needed to be, but it was a warm-up show. So for this next show, focus on bringing those rectus femoris up and getting them even more striated and more conditioned. Moving on to another quad exercise, do some leg extensions. As you see here, we're using a prime machine. So this one actually has different loading sections for each plate. Depending on where you load it, it could be heavier at the bottom of the movement, middle of the movement, or the top range of the movement. So for right here, we're gonna make it a little more difficult on the bottom end and the mid, and then we're gonna get a nice contraction at the top.
Try it 10 reps. Get you to feel it out.
Dead. For the 5th exercise of this leg workout, we're going to move on to some hamstrings. And to start off hamstrings with this Pendulum machine right here, do some hamstring curls. I really like the Pendulum machines here at Pure. If you have them at your gym, you should give them a try as well. But they really work with my body and body mechanics. So it's hands down the best hamstring machine that I've tried yet. So we got 2 plates loaded on the side here, and we're gonna go for 10 to 12 reps. Alright guys, so for the 6th exercise of the leg day, we're going to move on to hip adductors. So these are for your inner thigh. I like to do these because the inner thigh is such a big muscle group. You want that leg thickness and leg width. There's no reason not to throw these in at your workout. I'm going to do roughly 8 to 12 reps with these as well and do 3 sets. So guys, this is a post-leg day check-in video. We go over the 5 mandatory poses for classic physique. So first up, we have the favorite classic pose. Then we have abs and thigh. We have side chest. Back double bicep. catch the breath. So guys, that sums up today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed the tips and my full leg day training. For the next video we'll do, I'm gonna have a new routine. I was supposed to have it recently, but we came up with a new plan, so I'll be starting the new routine tomorrow. So I have a whole new routine to show you guys leading up until the next show. So I'll show you guys that in the next video. We are going to be upping the videos to 2 times a week. So you guys are going to be getting more content. I'll also be doing more full day of eating videos to show you guys what I'm eating for prep. And then I'll be going over my workouts, obviously, and everything else that's involved with prep. So I'm excited to show you guys all of that, and I will see you guys in the next video.